Hello and welcome to, well, the inside of my car, and that's Millie in the background there. If you're new here, my name is Becca and I normally make videos about crafting, but I thought it'd be a fun thing to try a vlog. So this is my vlog of, well, life in Pembrokeshire, West Wales. So we've got a few errands to run, which is why I'm in the car. Got to go and pick up the order from the farm shop, walk the dog, and then we've got Sunday dinner to prepare. So why don't you come along and see what we get up to. We've arrived at Carla's shop. The dog's very excited because she knows she's going to get a bone. So let's go and pick up the order. Next stop, a walk, and I think because there are a lot of lambs about, we're not going to go on the moor, we're going to go for a woodland walk. So off we go. We're up above the Gwine Valley and we're just gonna go for a little walk in the woods, and I've got my trusty foraging bag. Ooh. Oh, you went a bit lopsided then. Got my foraging bag and my foraging knife, just in case I come across anything that I think would be good for the dye pot. But yeah, I'll show you what we find as we walk along. So see you in a moment. So you can see the River Gwine down there, and of course we see the other end of that in Lower Town Fishguard, but this is a bit further up. And normally, of course, as soon as the canopy closes, you can't see the river, you can just hear it. But, oh, the birds are wonderful. Chiff chaff I think I can hear. So it really never ceases to amaze me that in a holiday county like Pembrokeshire, where, you know, in the holiday season, and I mean, we are Easter, so Easter is the beginning of the holiday season. In the holiday season, the population doubles, but, you know, you just go a few miles out of town and there's nobody here. We have this all to ourselves. I think we've seen a couple of cars and they're probably just locals. And wow, it's glorious. Gosh, shows how unfit I am, because this really isn't much of a slope and I'm out of breath already. Anyway, right, onwards and upwards. Oh, the sunny dandelion. And I've been collecting those for the dye bath. I don't know whether it's going to make a video or not, because I'm experimenting slightly. Normally I just put the petals in, but this time I've put petals and the actual sepals, the green bit, in. So I'm not quite sure what colour I'm going to get, but I'm sure I'll share it at some point, probably on the normal. I was going to say Friday video, but the last two videos have come out on a Saturday. It's kind of the way my life is going at the moment. So just behind me there's well, they call it a cave, but it looks more like a tunnel. I don't know whether there was some mining here at some point, but I'll turn you around when I've caught my breath and we'll go for a little explore. My goodness, it's wet in here. Echoey. I'm getting grips on my head. I don't think it goes any further. Yeah, getting a bit dark now. I don't want to fall over. I'm going to turn around. Millie says, come on. I think we're a bit early for the flowers, but I think we'll come again in a few weeks' time because there'll be much more in the way of wildflowers out, and I'll show you then. So let's head on back down the hill and then home, sort out the order that we got from Carla's. So we ordered a whole loin of pork, a whole shin of beef and some bones for the dog. I mean, that's a whole other video in itself, isn't it? Making bacon, because that's why we order a whole loin, because we make our own bacon, because that is actually what we did before Andrew had his brain injury and he had to retire, and I sort of went semi-retired and his full-time carer. Then we kept pigs and we made bacon and sausages and traded at the farmers market. I also sold a bit of my hand-spun yarn, which I used to put on the stall as well. I'm not sure it really went with kind of the other things that were on there, but you know, I used to sell a bit, and I used to sell a bit on Etsy as well, but my goodness, Etsy's changed since I was doing that. So we're home again, jiggity jig. Back to the little bijou blue bungalow near the sea, or as my sister-in-law calls it, our shotgun shack, which she had to explain to me. It's not really a term that we use in the UK, and she was married to an American for many years, so I always say she's bilingual. She speaks American and English, and yeah, so she had to explain it to me. And then obviously I had a horrified look on my face because she said, but Elvis grew up in a shotgun shack. I'm like, yeah, he was famously poor. I'm not sure that makes it any better. So anyway, back to the little bijou bungalow, and next on the list, put away the order from Carla's. I think probably get the washing in, do the ironing. Do you really want to see me do the ironing? I don't think you really want to see me do the ironing. Then I've got to mordant some wool for dyeing tomorrow, and yeah, start on dinner. So I'll take you along for some of that. I don't know whether I'll show you all of it, because I don't know, me doing the ironing, not sure. Do I watch people on YouTube do the ironing? Yes, I do. There are some people's vlogs that I really like, and they do chat and do the ironing. So yeah, maybe I will show you that. Anyway, we'll see. Maybe I won't. So on with the list. So there she is in all her glory. Whole loin of pork, ready to make bacon. Well, I say ready. It's going to have to go in the fridge overnight, which means I've got to clear the fridge, because I don't think this is going to fit in without me emptying the fridge a bit, which, yeah, not quite sure where the other stuff's going to go. Anyway, we'll solve that problem. But job for tomorrow, make bacon. In the meantime, I need to get on with the rest of the chores. Now, when you heat with wood, there is a point in the year when you can actually stop lighting the fire in the morning, and we're at that point. So I'm now in the afternoon, and I've got to clear out the little fire. When I say we heat with wood, actually we partially heat with wood, because we do have storage heaters, which is quite common around here because we don't have mains gas. And electric storage heaters, I mean, they get quite a bad press because they are quite expensive, but actually it's a really nice heat. So we keep them as a background kind of heat. So we have them on 16 degrees C and they come on during the day. And then in the night, they're at 14 degrees C. And then when it gets below about 8 degrees outside, then we light the fire. But this time of the year, we're not having a fire every night because it's getting to a point where it's about 12 degrees centigrade at night, which it's too hot for the fire then. Have these really incredibly busy lives, and I've been thinking about how do we fit in our creative work in amongst all the chores. And yeah, I suppose my solution is that I do little bits and pieces as I'm going about doing my chores. So, you know, I kind of have got plans for the week as things I want to get done, and then I just fit them in around other things that I'm doing. Because I'm sure you have a house to run, and you know, you could well be a caregiver as well. So it just, yeah, it can be really difficult to get all this stuff done. I did think I was going to iron and talk, but I realised that if I'm ironing, I'm going to be looking down at what I'm ironing rather than looking at the camera. So you just have to kind of put up with bottom of my head, I suppose. No, bottom of my head, top of my head. And yeah, I'm not ironing anything very exciting, just tea towels mainly. And I probably kind of going above and beyond because I probably don't need to iron tea towels. But I really like a pile of ironed tea towels. And a lot of these are getting a bit beyond the pale really. But I think I'm going to have a go at printing my own tea towels again this summer. I did some tea towels last summer. I mean, I wasn't on YouTube last summer, so you won't have seen those, but I sort of had a sneaking suspicion that me weaving my own tea towels, I'll never actually get any tea towels. So I found somewhere that does blank tea towels that you can print on, and I might have a go at that. I've also, in the past, if I can find one in my pile of tea towels, which is down here, which now of course I've got my back to the camera. Ah, come on Rebecca. Right, okay, so I did actually, so this is one of my designs, and this was a reject. There are a couple of mistakes on here, but yeah, I printed up some tea towels. So they were drawings, and then I took them into the program that I used to design repeating patterns, and made some tea towels for people's Christmas presents and for myself. And I kept this one because it was a reject, but it was good fun, so I might do that again as well. But this one was my favourite one, or one of my favourite ones, that is now getting a bit, as you can see, a bit dog-eared and faded, but that was one of my paintings. And I turned it, well, it was more than one of my paintings. It was paintings of veg and the word cow, which I then turned into a design, which I will show when I've finished ironing it. There you go, so slightly faded with a few marks on it and a bit of a hole in the corner, but that was it. And yeah, it's one of my favourite things I've done recently. As you kind of, I'm sure you're the same. If you design things and make things, you'll have some stuff of yours that is absolutely your favourite. And this is my favourite, and my hearthrug is my favourite. Hello. Good. Yeah, so I'm showing my old tea towels on YouTube. Gosh. It's a funny thing, YouTube. I mean, I have to say I'm really enjoying it. And I have watched quite a lot of these kind of tutorials. So, you know, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And one of the things they kind of tell you is to keep within your niche and, you know, kind of only talk about one thing. And I guess if I was interested in sort of being a YouTube millionaire, maybe I would take that seriously. But as I'm not, and it's kind of a hobby, then yeah, I'll just iron my tea towels on YouTube. Hey, why not? So my next job after I've done this is the dog needs another walk, because she is a young dog, so she needs plenty of exercise. So it's another walk for her. Then I've got to start doing the Easter roast, which is lamb. But I don't think I'll show you that because, oh, my tea towel's just fallen on the floor. Oh no, I think it's the sign to stop. So I'll take you on the next walk. And I think that's as far as I'll go really with this whole vlog thing. Let me know how you think I did with vlogging, because it's, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit different from what I do. I have sort of done a few before. I did a little bit of Vlogmas, but I just found trying to make a video every day was just too much. So I didn't do very many, but it was quite good fun what I did. So until I see you on the walk, bye for now. We're on our final walk of the day. We just come into the woods behind the house, and yeah, sun's starting to sink. And my next job after this is to start on our roast evening meal. We only have a roast on a Sunday. I think we're quite traditional really in a lot of the things that we do. I always think of myself as a little bit bohemian, but actually secretly I think I'm quite conventional. Oh, right. Well, it was fun bringing you along. I'm not going to show you me cooking because it'll be too difficult to actually film it and actually cook it, because I'm cooking it for my meal rather than this kind of demonstration. So I think that will be it for the filming of the day once we finish this, but I'll turn you around in a minute and just show you a little bit of where we are. So here we are, and this is where I collect the gorse flowers when I'm making my gorse flower dye. You can make wine as well if you so desire. Not a fan of the country wine. I much prefer a nice French wine, if I'm honest, or a Rioja or something like that. I'm not really into this flower wine, but each to his own. Oh, sun's right in my eyes, so I'm squinting a bit. Oh, the smell of the gorse flower is wonderful, like pina colada, sort of coconut and vanilla. It's gosh. So before I lived in Pembrokeshire, this smell would just, oh my goodness, it would just transport me back to Pembrokeshire. Yeah, fantastic. I hope you're having a really wonderful day. So I'm being absolutely blinded by the sun. Oh gosh. And I will see you probably not until a bit later on in the week. And I'll do a fibre arts video next. Planning a bit of natural dyeing in the week. got my newsletter to write. Tomorrow is a bank holiday. I do try and have a couple of days off in the week, because in theory I only work part-time, but it doesn't always work out like that. But anybody who's self-employed will know that. I do have quite a lot of design work to do for my Zazzle shop, and I'm just debating whether I'm actually going to buy graphics or whether I'm going to paint them myself. Sometimes I buy graphics. I mean, it really depends on how pressed I am for time, and my goodness, yeah, I'm a bit pressed for time at the moment, so I think I might buy some graphics. But you can get some fantastic graphics, and maybe I'll make a video about sort of earning a little bit of extra money on print-on-demand sites if people are interested. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm any great expert, because I certainly don't make a fortune, but I don't need to make a fortune. I'm in the very lucky position that my partner is retired, we own our own home, so I really don't need to make thousands and thousands of pounds each month. I just kind of need a little bit to buy wool, really, I think is the honest truth, isn't it? That's what I need money for, is yeah, to feed my fibre arts habit. So until next time, have a wonderful creative week.